Today, the city of angels is crying. But not tears of sorrow. They are tears of joy as we honor Steve Carell. There is not just one Steve Carell. There are thousands. We are all Steve Carell. Join me in saying, I am Steve Carell. I am Steve Carell. Yo soy Steve Carell. Steve Carell, everyone.
Tonight, the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors from the Taglian Cultural Complex. You'll see Beyonce, Steve Carell, Bryan Cranston, Matt Damon, Ellen DeGeneres, Hugh Jackman, Jennifer Lopez, Matthew McConaughey, Sofia Vergara, Mark Wahlberg, and others, with performances by Michael Bolton, Daughtry, David Foster, Candace Glover, BC Jean, Mike Love and the Beach Boys, Penn and Teller, and Pia Toscano, and special appearances by Justin Baldoni, Dean Cain, Jeff Dunham, Eric Estrada, Louis Gossett Jr., Deidre Hall, Laura McKenzie, Chuck Norris, Melissa Rivers, Gabrielle Ruiz, Mike Tyson, and Montel Williams. And now your hosts, here are Joe Mantegna and his daughter Gia Mantegna.
Good evening and welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors. I'm Joe Mantegna.
And I'm Gia Mantegna.
You know, in Paris, you can walk the Champs-Élysées.
In London, there's Piccadilly Circus and Leicester Square.
In New York, 42nd Street, Fifth Avenue, Broadway.
All great thoroughfares. But in Hollywood, there's a place to walk unlike anywhere else in the world.
It's a place where more than 3,000 show business luminaries are honored for their achievements in entertainment and popular culture.
Each one has their name inlaid in brass, encased in 5-point and pink terrazzo brass rim stars embedded in the sidewalks. And there's many more to come.
It's a walk that gives Hollywood the most famous sidewalk on earth, the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Now please welcome one of America's most popular television hosts, Melissa Rivers.
There is an old adage in show business, funny is funny. When the most brilliant ladies of comedy from TV and movies get stars on the Walk of Fame, let me tell you, funny can be pretty darn funny.
I am just really tickled pink to be getting a star on the Hollywood Boulevard Walk of Fame. I could make jokes about how in high school I was voted girl most likely to wind up on Hollywood and Vine, and
I have to calm myself because my English is not going to be very good this time. It is unbelievable for me to be standing here today.
Melissa's middle name is Buster. Her favorite holiday is Arbor Day.
Woo, trees.
Her first big break was a small role on Gilligan's Island. She's 3 foot 26 inches tall. Her name is spelled the same way forwards and backwards. She's won 9 Latin Grammys. You know, I had my assistant look this up and he's fired. That's none of those right.
I thought it was better maybe just to read the speech written by her dearest friend who sadly couldn't be here today. So this was written by Johnny Depp. You deserve all the stars in the sky, 1,000 puppies wrapped in bows, a tender hot oil massage, an hour, oh wait, this is getting a little personal. Oh, and there's a drawing.
We never made it through a single rehearsal without laughing. First I thought, this is amazing to work with somebody that you're able to have this much enjoyment this many years into a show. But the second thing I have to tell you I thought was, this is the kind of unfocused, unprofessional work that gets you a star on the Walk of Fame.
There was one downside to working with her, and that was that tapings were derailed for hours because we had to wait for her to stop laughing. And once she went, nothing could make her stop. You could show her pictures of the killing fields and it wouldn't make a difference.
If this is all a fever dream, which it may be, it's a pretty great dream, so I don't mind, and I just want to thank you very much for it. It means the world to me.
When Sophia called me and asked me to speak here today, the first thing I said to her was, Sophia, how did you get my new number? I told you, move on, you're with Joe now. He seems like a really good guy, and you should give that a go. When the show started, Sophia, I remember thinking, I wonder if these people are gonna be my friends for life. And I can tell you that I am proud to call you my friend. And because you asked me to give this speech here today, I can now officially say you're my new best friend in the cast. I've already forgotten the guy's name who plays my husband on the show.
This is a dream. I'm greatly touched. And to add some icing to this amazing cake, putting me near my dear friend John Ritter, who must be jumping off the walls right now, just like I am.
Thank you very, very much for honoring me today, and it's a really special time to thank you.
Don't stop dreaming and do what you have to do. En español. Sí.
When my mom received her star on the Hollywood Boulevard, it was only fitting that one of the funniest ladies who ever lived was part of one of the funniest bloopers the Walk of Fame has ever seen.
She's done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, we honor Miss Joan Collins. Oh, I'm so...
I've been called a bitch before, so that's okay.
Okay, retake. Now who needs a lawyer?
And now, she plays Valencia on the Emmy and Golden Globe winning hit series Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Here is Gabrielle Ruiz.
Being on the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend has taught me a lot. I find it's a learning experience every time I get to work with such amazing, talented artists. And I'd have to say that no one can teach the art of comedy better than the great comedic actors honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Thank you so much for coming out. This is an awful, awful day to be doing this. Last night, I was putting my son Johnny to bed. He asked me about this ceremony today and asked, what is it for and what is it about? And I was telling him what a great honor it is. And then, I'll never forget it, he leaned in and whispered in my ear, how long is this gonna take? And I will never forget it.
Maybe someday in 50 years, who knows, people will look down on the sidewalk and say the things that we say today about some of these people. Who the is this guy? Why did he get a star on Hollywood Boulevard?
I feel so fortunate, and yet I can't accept this award. So, just cover it up for someone else. No, I'm kidding. I not only accept it, but I will be here every day from 3 to 5 p.m. polishing the star, okay? Thank you so much, appreciate it, thank you.
I definitely had to be here today to see why the hell Kevin getting his star before me. When it comes to this entertainment, comedy, can't nobody outwork Kevin Hart. You know, me and my crew came in a limo. Him and his crew ran up here from Encino.
I'm trying to be strong. I told y'all I'm an emotional basket case. You can judge a man's success by the success of his team. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for riding with me for all these years. And to all my fans, last but not least, I love you all. Thank you so much. Today is an honor. Please don't pee on my star for at least a month. Give me 1 month. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all, man. Thank you.
Now, the Grammy-nominated rock band that sold 8 million albums and over 16 million singles and played to sold-out crowds worldwide.
Here is Daughtry.
We'd like to dedicate this to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, a man and band who not only has a star on the Walk of Fame, but has inspired us as songwriters in more ways than one. This is Free Fallin'. Thank you.
Coming up next, Jimmy Kimmel, Kelly Ripa, and Ellen DeGeneres get stars on the Walk of Fame, and the magic of Hollywood with Penn and Teller. And now back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors from the Taglian Cultural Complex.
So, Dad, what do you get when you mix a Marine with a U.S. Naval Academy graduate, naval officer, Emmy Award-winning talk show host, and actor?
Sounds like our next presenter, our good friend, Montel Williams.
As you all know, I was fortunate enough to have a talk show that had a 17-year run. I did 3,200 shows and had 32,000 guests seated on the stage beside me. I got to interview people of all walks of life. Thank you. And that's what talk show hosts do. And when talk show hosts become real stars themselves, then they start interviewing each other. And if they get really big, then they just might get a star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Ellen's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame goes beyond her talent. Her integrity, her generosity, her courage to be herself.
I am honored to have been asked to speak about my friend Kelly Ripa here today. Kelly has already apologized for asking me to do this 40 times, I'd say. And that's the kind of person Kelly is. She is, more than anything, riddled with guilt.
This is about Steve Harvey today. Steve Harvey, I want to say that when they asked me to come and do this today, I didn't have to think about it. I said yes right away. Then I realized that I wasn't getting paid, and I tried to back out. But I couldn't. It was too late.
Very proud to be here today. Of course, Jimmy's show tapes right here, and it seems like there's a big turnout for his star ceremony. But it's really just the family members that work for him taking a smoke break.
You're a good friend. We've never had dinner together or lunch, but I still consider you a friend, even though we've never hung out. You've never asked me to do anything with you. And I read your book. It did not help me get a man, but I liked it.
My parents brought me here to Hollywood to visit the Walk of Fame when I was 10 years old. I never imagined that they would leave me here to fend for myself, and I will never forgive them for that.
I'm from New Orleans, and we took one trip, one vacation, and it was to Hollywood, and we walked this Walk of Fame, and we took the tour of celebrities' homes. I think of the history that is on Hollywood Boulevard, and there's so much going on all the time, and every time I drive down Hollywood Boulevard, I think to myself, wow, I should have taken Fountain. This is so trafficky.
By the way, Kelly, one of your fans has passed away and is being taken away in a fire engine right now.
You cannot get a star without fans.
And that's the great thing about Kelly. She has so many fans, she doesn't care if a few of them die.
From the bottom of my heart, man, thank you so much. This is a major day for me. But I accept this on behalf of all my fans. This is our star today.
Without you, I would probably be dressed as Spider-Man right now, walking around taking pictures with people.
It's amazing, because I spend my entire career trying to conduct myself a certain way and making sure that no one walks all over me, only to get to a point where people are going to walk all over me.
I really am certain that there are so many people who are far more deserving of this honor, but you will never find anybody more appreciative.
This is all by the grace of God. That my life is nothing but a blessing.
I feel like I'm speaking at my own funeral. This is ridiculous. People are gonna pee on this star.
Today I'm getting a star on the Walk of Fame, and I am a stop on the tour of celebrities' homes. So it's kind of, don't come by.
We talk a lot about the magic of Hollywood.
But there's also a ton of magic in Hollywood and on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's right. Harry Houdini, possibly the greatest magician who ever lived, as a star on the Walk of Fame.
So do Siegfried and Roy.
It's incredible how many magicians or actors playing magicians have received stars on the Walk of Fame, including these two, who had their star presented to them by none other than one of the greatest illusionists of all time, David Copperfield.
They are the most recent from the world of magic, with star number 2494, the amazing Penn and Teller.
Our relationship was born out of a seething hatred. In August 1991, I had just injured my hand during a show, and Penn and Teller were so kind to offer their wishes for a speedy recovery with these words, and I quote, "David Copperfield, you could saw off your whole damn arm with a nail, and you'd still be a wimp."
That's the trick.
A star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame goes all across the country and all around the world and means so much. Of all the awards, this is the one that seems to mean the most.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas and enjoying their third season of the hit CW series, Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Here are Penn and Teller.
You know, Teller asked me a little while ago if I'd ever seen a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat. Now, I realized I'd never seen that trick, and then Teller told me he hadn't seen it either, and that's strange, because when someone says the word magician, the first thing you think of is pulling a rabbit out of the hat. That's a cliche. If I'm walking down the street, someone happens to recognize me, more often than not, they'll yell out something along the lines of, "Hey, magic boy, pull a rabbit out of your hat," you know? And if you're gonna draw a magician, you don't even draw a human being, do you? You draw the icon, you draw a top hat, wand, rabbit. That means magician, yet we've never seen that trick live. Maybe some of you haven't seen it either. There's reasons for that. One reason is it's hard. It's a really difficult trick. Another reason is it's kind of anachronistic. I mean, that became a cliche in 19th century France when a lot of people wore top hats to the theater. They're also called opera hats. So in 19th century France, it was pretty easy to borrow a top hat, but in 21st century Hollywood, unless someone's really into cosplay or there's a steampunk convention in town, you don't see many top hats, not even baseball hats here. Could I loan this to you for a moment?
Sure.
And if you would just make sure it's empty for me. And also collapse it and open it up, because that's wicked fun to do.
Yeah,
and also try it on, just kind of make it a little bit. No, you can try it.
I can't mess the hair
You're
up.
going to mess the hair up. Okay, it's fine. But since magicians can't borrow top hats that easily, they'll use a substitute. They use a depiction of a top hat. It's a drawing of a top hat on a handkerchief. Just call that a silk. There's lots of tricks you can do with silks, and you do a lot of those, and then show your hand empty, then reach into the top hat and pull out a rabbit. Now, that is pulling a rabbit out of a top hat, but it's a picture of a top hat. It's not a real top hat, and it's also not a real rabbit. This is called a kicker. They're sold in magic stores. It's a spring covered in fur, and if you puppeteer it properly, and Teller does, it looks like a real rabbit, you know, from back row or something. And it also makes the magic a lot easier. There's stuff you can do with a kicker you can't do with a real rabbit. They compress, you can palm them, hide up your sleeve. Also, it solves the ethical issue. Over the past few hundred years, humanity's sphere of compassion has grown so that we care a lot about how rabbits, indeed all animals, are treated. We want them treated with compassion, dignity, and respect. So you may have never seen that trick live. Does anyone have a top hat we could borrow? Oh, yeah, thank you. You had a chance to make sure this was empty when you went and tried on. You also collapsed it, opened it up. You're going to know that's empty. I'm going to show it to the audience, but it's black on black, so they can't see very much. And here's the wand, and here's the trick you may have never seen live, okay? Borrowed top hat, big magical gesture, 2 taps, out of the hat comes our rabbit. That's our rabbit. Is that a real rabbit?
Yeah, it's real.
I won't mess up your work. And Harry, are you treated with compassion, dignity, and respect?
Yeah.
Sure. Nice to hear. That's our rabbit. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Coming up next, Rob Lowe, Bryan Cranston, and Neil Patrick Harris get their stars on the Walk of Fame, and Mike Tyson with a tribute to the greatest, plus a one-of-a-kind performance by Mike Love and the Beach Boys. And now back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors from the Taglian Cultural Complex. He's an actor, producer, writer, director, television show host, and a super guy. Here is Dean Cain.
As someone who has done quite a lot of work in television, I can tell you that acting in TV is a totally different experience from acting in movies or on stage. And to reach the level of TV star, well, that takes something really special. Some of the most famous and popular actors in the world are recognized for their accomplishments in that wonderful medium called television, with stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Bryan Cranston. Bryan was born, as you know, in the San Fernando Valley at a young age. He was not a particularly attractive child.
Bryan would start to sing. Even better, though, was sometimes when he made up the lyrics, because they were probably better than the ones that were originally written.
I'm so full of bacon, my body's meant for shaking.
He's a beautiful human being, inside and out, who is constantly running around in his underwear making people laugh.
I have often walked down this street before, but the pavement never held my star before. Thank you so much.
Growing up, I remember watching The Outsiders and thinking, God, that's the coolest guy in the world. I want to be just like him when I grow up. And then I started working with him. The goal for me has not changed. I want to be just like him when I grow up.
I met Rob Lowe when I was 17 years old. No, it's not what you're thinking. Damn it. You deserve this so much and so much more, and I love you.
Rob Lowe Day. Yes. I was 12. I wrote a letter to Aaron Spelling, and he wrote back to me, personally. And he said, you know, hey kid, you can't really come to the studio without your parents' permission, number one. And number two, I think one day you might actually have my job. Well, Mr. Spelling, I never did get your job, but today I'm right next to you on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
First of all, just great, I think, to see another white guy get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm glad to be here, and congratulations to you. It's very well deserved.
When there's nobody around, I'll be back. I'll be back with my kids, and we'll take a look at this star. It's a nice feeling.
Neil has been entertaining audiences in television, stage, the internet, and film for over 60 years.
I'm 74 years old.
He has the kind of talent that people had in the old days when you had to actually be talented to be famous.
As much of an honor as this is, unfortunately, it won't be the first time I've been plastered on the sidewalk in front of the Frolic Room. I remember looking down at all those stars and thinking, maybe someday in 100 years, people will see my name and say, who the hell was that person? Thank you all very much.
Right now, we've got someone very important to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
He's also a showman, a philanthropist, and even his own cartoon character. Here is Mike Tyson.
Thank you. Oh, my. I'm honored to be here this evening in recognition of the greatest, Muhammad Ali. He had such a profound effect on me, on my life. It's pretty much the inspiration inside and outside the ring. However, the Ali effect, as I like to call it, touched people all over the world. The Olympic gold medal, 3-time heavyweight champion. However, Muhammad Ali would be more known for the things he did outside the ring. He stood strong in his conviction for refusing to fight in a war that was against his religious and moral principles. After that, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he fought to help others that were fighting the same fight. Let's not forget the countless lives he's touched through charity work. And today we celebrate the man, a star like no other. But Ali's star isn't on the sidewalk like the others. It's stationed in the wall because his religious and beliefs prevent him from having his name, the name of the prophet, stepped upon. But to me, his star being held above all the other stars, it should be that way. He's the greatest star that's ever been known. So come visit his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, because whether it's in the ring or out, the world will always know this fighter as the heavyweight 3-time champion, Muhammad Ali, or just simply the greatest. Thank you for that.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here is Dean Cain.
It is my extreme pleasure and honor to introduce a musical performance of a groundbreaking song, which this year celebrates its 50th anniversary. I was actually very, very lucky to get the person who wrote the lyrics of this song, Mike Love, to autograph and sign the copy of his new book, Good Vibrations, My Life as a Beach Boy. And here is the proof. There it is. And this is mine. You have to get your own. Sorry. So here he is, the person who wrote that incredible song to sing it live. Ladies and gentlemen, recipients of star number 1725 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Mike Love and the Beach Boys.
Coming up next, some of the greatest filmmakers ever immortalized with stars and a moving musical tribute by Pia Toscano.
As we honor all those who have ever been distinguished with a star on the #1 Walk of Fame in the world, it's important to mention that we're here to recognize not just the star recipients, but to celebrate the Walk of Fame itself.
That's right. We're honoring an American institution, something that has become more famous than all the individuals immortalized here put together.
I remember you said that getting your star on the Walk of Fame was one of the greatest honors of your life, besides having me, of course. And to have there at your ceremony 2 of the people you respect most, Marine Corps Lieutenant General Willie Williams and the world-renowned writer and director David Mamet. Well, that's pretty respectable.
No, you're right, Gia. It was a day I'll never forget.
Not only has Joe made significant contribution in the world of film, again, he's donated countless hours to supporting those fighting for freedom.
Joe called and he said that he was going to get a star in the Walk of Fame, and he wanted me to be there, so I said, here, home. So I showed up. Yeah. Then it occurred to me, why was he asking me to show up during the daytime? So I gave it another thought. I said, well, wait a second. Could it be that they're giving him his own star? I figured out that must be the deal. Why would they do that other than 40 years of a complete dedication to his art, to his country, to his family, to his friends, to his cities, and to the principles of good citizenship? I figured that was probably the reason. Joe, of course, didn't actually grow up in Chicago. He grew up in Cicero, Illinois. So it was never out of the question he was going to end up encased in concrete. But we're glad it ended this way.
The men and women in uniform, regardless of the uniform you wear, for your service to us all, I dedicate this star to you, the real heroes.
Dad, I wonder why David Mamet initially thought you wanted him to help you pry up someone else's star. On second thought, I don't think I want to know.
It's a Chicago thing. Never mind. Okay, right now, to honor the great directors on the Walk of Fame, here is an actor who's also a director.
You know him as Rafael Solano on the CW hit series Jane the Virgin. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Baldoni.
Hi, everyone. It is really an honor to be here at the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors to help commemorate these greats and their masterful contribution to cinema and their inclusion on the Walk of Fame.
Thank you all for coming out and celebrating Quentin Tarantino, the baddest motherfucker making films in Hollywood. Oh my God. Who would have thought? I know, you know? He's all about making film that entertain you. If you want to learn something, watch a documentary or read a book. Thank you, Quentin, for being who you are, my man.
1971. The movie that we saw at the Grauman's Chinese Theater that night was my first James Bond movie. And the line went all the way down the block. And we stayed in that line, and at one point of that line, I stood right there.
The name Spielberg is to entertainment what Einstein is to physics. So when you meet Steven, it's a very surreal moment because his accomplishments precede him. I remember the first time I met Mr. Spielberg, I didn't hear a word he said because I was too busy thinking Jaws, Close Encounters, The Color Purple, Raiders, E.T., Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Private Ryan. All those images flashing forward, the woman being tugged beneath the water, the little boy opening the door to a blinding light, bullets whizzing through shallow waters, all those fantastic travels to other worlds that came from this man's mind. What a gift.
You know, when you see this on television, they only show close-ups. You don't see all of this that goes on. And I thought it was to be about 20, 25 people here. This is really intimidating. This is a tremendous honor. It's like getting the keys to the city. Thank you very much.
We are gathered here today in the presence of so many film lovers to join together this man and this sidewalk in holy concrete.
We have a lot of things in common because both of us love big action movies. We both now have a star on Hollywood Boulevard, and between the two of us, we have 3 Oscars. Well, I understand they're all 3 are his. But, I mean, give me a break. But every so often, once a year, he lets me go over there and watch and look at them and touch them when he has a good day, that is, you know?
The placement, I think, is exceptionally cool. Right next to Sylvester Stallone, my co-writer on Rambo First Blood Part 2. We're together again, apparently, for all eternity now. This is gonna lie here as a permanent mark to be walked over by thousands of strangers long after I'm gone. And that's a great thing because this star will be here as long as this city stands.
The work of one-star film director is celebrated in a musical stage show called, for the record, Scorsese, American Crime Requiem.
The director, of course, is Martin Scorsese, and one of the stars of that stage show, who you'll also remember from American Idol, is here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Pia Toscano.
Just you and I, you and I. Tu vivrai con me in un'isola fantastica e un mondo vedrai di lassù, un mondo nascosto no blu, tutto un nuovo per te. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes I'll follow forever and ever, and side by side together I'll be with my true love and share 1,000 sunsets beside him. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. You can keep me away from my
Coming up next, the Fab Four on the Walk of Fame and a musical tribute to Walk of Famer Aretha Franklin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the hosts of the Hollywood Christmas Parade. It's Laura McKenzie and Eric Estrada.
With all this talk of stars, we should mention that one of the shining stars of Hollywood is just a couple of blocks south of the Walk of Fame, and it's not a person, it's a place.
Well, you must be talking about this fabulous room we're in right now.
I am. It's the beautiful Taglian Cultural Complex. I mean, this place is gorgeous. With its incredible stained glass ceiling, beautiful gardens, and amazing food, the Taglian Cultural Complex is an oasis right in the heart of Hollywood and has become the place for the city's top social and red carpet events. And we want to thank them for their hospitality this evening.
Now, right up the street from here, there's a cluster of stars that gets more visitors than just about any other.
That's right. In front of the Capitol Records building on Vine Street, where many iconic artists have recorded and still do, you'll find a small galaxy of supernova talent. John Lennon, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney, who at one time had a little group known as the Beatles.
Do we have any Beatle fans? All right. Welcome to one of the most historic Walk of Fame ceremonies ever.
In Liverpool, I would have never thought that the day would come when I'd be getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
The Beatles, in my book, it was the best band in the world.
He would have been thrilled, and he would have loved it.
George, this day is for you.
All right, let's give me one of these. Peace and love.
Thank you, darling. For those who didn't hear, she said I look fantastic.
He's not just the greatest drummer in rock history from the best band in rock history. He's also the greatest guy in the world and the most kind and helpful friend you could ever want.
It's the soul that comes out of his music and everything that he does that makes me feel so good and so happy to be here with him and honor him today. So here's Paul McCartney.
I couldn't have done it without certainly three boys, John, George, and Ringo.
Every record was an event. Every cut was an opera. The entire story told ours. All things must pass, sure, but George is going to live forever. Thank you very much.
Hopefully, will go on for many, many centuries to come. So keep calm and touch your spirit. Thank you very much. I love you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here is Dean Cain.
We've all heard the saying, the third time is the charm. Well, our next performer auditioned 3 times for a slot on American Idol. And guess what? The third time was the charm, and she won season 12. And now it's her way of paying respect to Aretha Franklin, who has star number 1711 on the Walk of Fame. Here is Candace Glover.
Come on, put your hands together. What you want, baby, I got it. And what you need, do you know I got it? And all I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come home, mister,
Thank you.
Coming up next, the musical performance by BC Jean, and still to come, Chuck Norris and Michael Bolton.
Julia, you're going to love this next group of Walk of Famers. They're all singing superstars.
Oh, you mean like Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Queen Latifah, Michael Bolton, Backstreet Boys, and Shakira?
You read my mind.
No, I just read the script. Here are some of the amazing singers with stars on the Walk of Fame.
Oh my goodness!
I never imagined in a million years that we would be part of this.
This is incredible. I'd like to thank you all for this honor, and I would like to share it with all of you.
Congratulations to the real deal, Michael Bolton. Try not to cry.
To be here, y'all, is so humbling, and we are so honored.
This is a huge honor. It's a childhood dream come true.
Aside from my wedding day and the birth of my daughter, this is hands down the best day of my life.
For me, gratitude is the theme of this day. The people nearest and dearest who are so precious to me in my career and in my life.
Who would have thought that 20 years ago, when we began this journey together, that this would be a stop along the way?
I just want to thank all the fans for coming here today. Thank you so much.
Above and beyond, I want to thank all of my fans for making this moment possible for me.
You guys, the fans. Because you guys are truly the heart and soul of the Backstreet Boys, and you definitely keep the Backstreet pride alive, that's for sure.
This is an honor I'll always treasure, and a treasure I will do my best to honor.
I want to thank all of everyone for being here, and thank you for supporting us. We started when we were 9 years old, and here we are.
So dream big, everybody.
Dream as big as you can. And may your kids also dream even bigger than you have.
And now, one half of the duo Alexander Jean. Here is BC Jean.
We would like to dedicate the song Roses and Violets to all the recording artists immortalized with stars on the Walk of Fame. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Coming up next, stars for Emma Thompson, Kate Blanchett, Jennifer Aniston, and Scarlett Johansson, as well as daytime star Deidre Hall. And still to come, Chuck Norris and Michael Bolton. And now back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors from the Taglian Cultural Complex.
Ladies and gentlemen, a lady who makes the days of our lives worth living.
Recipient of star number 2581 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, please welcome Deirdre Hall.
Let's just say it, this is a spectacular night. Oh my goodness. When I was a little girl, I could imagine that I was a queen at her coronation, but nothing ever prepared me to be able to imagine that one May 19th, I would be unveiling my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I guess the message is, just don't be afraid to dream too big. It's been a wild ride, but nothing I did on screen compared to this eventful moment in my life. When I began acting, I began doing day parts, playing the cute blonde nurse or the cute blonde secretary or the cute blonde anything. I auditioned for Days of Our Lives and was offered the part of Dr. Marlena Evans. That was nearly 40 years ago, and this has been the path that brought me here today. Every morning when I come to NBC, I pull up and swipe my key card and breathe a little sigh of relief that they keep letting me come back in. I want to thank you all who have been part of this magical life. Thank you.
You know, an actress friend of mine told me she'd rather have a star on the Walk of Fame than any other award. She said you can put a statuette on your mantle and only your close friends or family will get to see it there. But when you have a star on the Walk of Fame, thousands and thousands of fans will see it every year.
And I'm sure there are a few ladies in movies who would agree with her, like these superstars.
Yes, she can drink you under the table. Trust me. You stand here, sucker. You made me do this. This past year, I got to work with her as an actress on a movie called The Avengers. Her emotional intelligence and commitment to truth allowed for me to be a better actor, and as a friend, made me a better man.
From here on out, I made my mark. I'm here to stay, and my family for generations to come will always be able to visit me. What a deeply, deeply touching gift. Thank you so very much for celebrating this moment of my lifetime. Thank you.
As an actor, Kate can be anyone she wants to be. So I'm happy that she is going to have a star shining from this day forward on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Location, location, location. I thought I would be outside the men's urinals, like 5 miles from here, but I'm outside the Egyptian, which is also incredible to me. I think it is a massive moment. I think it's incredible, so thank you.
Once upon a time, there was a poor little Greek girl growing up in Manhattan by the name of Jennifer Anastopoulos. She prayed for 3 things: to have everyone in the entire world be fascinated with her haircuts, to one day star in a movie about an evil leprechaun who kills people.
Is that my goal? What the hell are you? I'm a leprechaun, my dear.
And most importantly, receive a star of the prestigious Hollywood Walk of Fame.
It was one of my wildest dreams. I don't think I ever even thought that this would be here this day.
I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone here in being a little bit in love with Emma Thompson. I will proudly walk on your star with gratitude for everything that you've taught me.
The fact that this is outside a pub. Not only that it's outside a pub, but it's the last thing you step on before you get your first drink, and the last thing you step on when you reel out is so appropriate. I can't even begin to tell you.
Please help me welcome to the stage our honoree, Julianne Moore.
An actress like Julie, she's not faking it when she's performing. She's feeling the things that the character is feeling. It's a very difficult thing to do, and it's a fine line, but an audience can tell it right away. They can smell it.
I always felt that movie stars were things that you sort of dreamed about, and so by getting a star, I feel like I was able to be included in this wonderful dream, so thank you so much.
It has been such a privilege to make films for you, to share in laughter and in tears. It's because of you, all of you, that I can say that I have the best job in the world. Thank you all so very much for being here today. Thank you.
From this day forward, Jenny from the Block has a new address.
Most of these stars on this Hollywood Walk of Fame are for a person that has one talent. To tell you the truth, she should have an entire block of stars.
I really am overwhelmed. I hope that I have touched your hearts, even in a small way, from the gigantic way in which you've touched mine. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, Seth Rogen roasts James Franco and America's favorite ventriloquist, Jeff Dunham.
Our next presenter won an Oscar for his performance in An Officer and a Gentleman.
He also won an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and a People's Choice Award.
And in 2010, he received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, star number 1955.
And here he is now, ladies and gentlemen, Louis Gossett Jr.
You know, winning an Oscar was one of the highlights of my career. Receiving a star on Hollywood Boulevard, a star that is going to be there forever. No words can adequately describe that feeling. The movie actors we now pay tribute to have not only proved to be the best of the best in their profession, they have not only achieved critical and public accolades and won numerous awards, they have reached the ultimate and galactic fame. The actors have stars in a wonderful universe known as the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
What finally won my heart over to Paul was when he got to put on the Ant-Man costume for the first time. And he was like a kid in a candy store. I've never seen anybody have so much fun in my life.
Getting a star on the Walk of Fame is the high water mark. I mean, that's just incredible. And I remember being a kid, walking the boulevard and reading the names and thinking about what so many other millions of people thought about, which is, you know, like, who's that?
It's a good spot. I've actually thrown up right there, which is kind of an amazing distinction of this location. It's nice to see that he's done so well. He's really a great actor, a lot better actor than most people think. The one thing most people don't realize, I've never actually smoked weed with this person, which is, it's disappointing to hear, but it's really actually true. Burt Reynolds is right behind us, which is good. Normally it's scary if Burt Reynolds is right behind you, but right now, that's okay. They offered me one on La Brea, way down, and it looked like a Jewish star, which I was insulted by a little bit.
To see my name down there is a very surreal experience, but I'm incredibly honored, so thank you.
I got my name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There's a song in there somewhere. This is a great moment in my career and my life.
We hereby declare this Matthew McConaughey Day in Hollywood.
I got a day as well.
Everyone knows about stars on Hollywood Boulevard. Here I am, and I got one with my name, along with my day. It's a hell of a deal.
People used to say, you know who's really great all the time but doesn't get appreciated and recognized enough as much as he should? Michael Keaton. To which I would always respond, Dad, I'm at school. You can't keep showing up like this.
To say this is a dream is kind of incorrect because I really never thought about being famous. It's not something I really thought of. It sure is fun, but that's not the thing I really thought of. I always wanted to be good. And that's the great thing about my job is that that's a never-ending quest. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And now, a 2017 Walk of Fame star recipient, America's greatest living ventriloquist. Here is Jeff Dunham.
Hello, Jeff Dunham and Walter here. Hello. And we couldn't be happier to be here as presenters at the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors. Right, Walter? Yeah, it's great. Sure, it's great. Yay. I'm not getting a star. I'm talking about someone else who's getting a star. It's great. Thanks for having me. It's fantastic. Well, you know, I'm getting a star here in a few months. Really? Yeah. Oh, lordy freaking dog. Hey, Jeff. Yeah? No one cares. Should we get on with this? Yeah, please do. The audience is starting to think we're here performing for their change. Actually, not a bad idea. Got a hat? You know, we're here to honor the wonderful fictional performers on the Walk of Fame. Characters like Mickey Mouse, Shrek, Kermit the Frog, Big Bird, and Snoopy. Hang on, Mickey Mouse is fake? No, he's real and alive in the hearts and minds of millions of people around the world.
You don't have to be human to be on the Walk of Fame. Snow White and Mickey Mouse, Lassie and Rin Tin Tin, and Godzilla, The Simpsons, and these recipients who actually showed up.
Shrek is now surely and truly part of our culture.
Believe me, it's beautiful to make people happy all around the world. That is actually priceless for all of us, and I'm very proud to be part of this team.
I want to thank the people of Scotland. Thank you very much for coming to see these films. We make them for you. You guys have come. Honestly, it means the world to us. This is all about the fans, and thank you very much. Thank you.
This is kind of silly, but I love it.
You think it's silly for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Please welcome David Arquette.
Hey, David, how are you, pal? Nice suit. Hey, thanks. Wow. In your honor. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And thanks to the lovers and the dreamers and you, Hollywood has made me a part of their family. Thank you all.
Coming up next, action movie star Chuck Norris, and still to come, Michael Bolton.
Now, we already know it's possible to get a star on the Walk of Fame for being a champion boxer.
Right, but what if you're not only one of the best fighters in the world, but you're also a prolific movie and TV star and great humanitarian as well?
You also get a star on the Walk of Fame?
That is correct.
In 1989, Chuck Norris was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Famous the world over, known as the ultimate tough guy from his years as a martial arts champion, and from such action movies as The Delta Force, Missing in Action, Code of Silence, and his hit TV series, Walker, Texas Ranger.
I'll be danged.
But beneath that tough exterior, there's a humanitarian spirit that has driven Chuck to give back. He has traveled thousands of miles to some of the most dangerous places in the world to entertain our troops stationed overseas.
I just got an autograph from Chuck Norris on the back of a life-size cardboard cutout of my wife. Yes, I think she'll definitely like that. You know, I'm standing there, Chuck Norris walks in, I'm like, wow, Marine to Marine, that's amazing.
Oh, man. That is incredible, man. Good to meet you too, man.
And he found that one of the most important things in his life was to help young people. He may be one of the world's most famous action movie heroes, but his passion is working with kids in programs such as Kick Drugs Out of America, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Kickstart.
I started Kickstart Kids Foundation with the purpose of working with at-risk children, trying to get them on the right path of life. We were drilling for wells on our ranch. We hit an aquifer, and the water starts shooting up like a oil well. We bring in a specialist. He checks the water and he says, this is some of the purest water I have seen. So my wife says, we're starting a water company. So my wife, Jean, and I are always looking for ways to raise funds to keep the program going. It's called Seaforce Water.
Please welcome a real-life hero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Norris.
I certainly wouldn't call myself a hero, but I do feel very blessed to have been able to work with some great people and also to be able to help at-risk children with my Kickstart Kids program. All of the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, some of my favorites naturally are those action movie heroes, and the one who I had the pleasure of working with and who became my very good friend was the legendary Bruce Lee. You know, I first met Bruce in New York City in 1968 when I was fighting for the world title at Madison Square Garden. At that time, Bruce was starring in the Green Hornet TV series. We trained together for a few years before he took off for Hong Kong to pursue his movie career, and I didn't hear from him for a couple of years. Then out of the blue, he calls me and says, I've done 2 movies in Hong Kong, and they're very successful. And now I want to do a movie with a fight scene that everyone will remember. I want the fight to be in the Colosseum in Rome, like 2 gladiators, and I want you to be my opponent. At that time, I still held the world title, and I asked him, kiddingly, so who wins, Bruce? He says, I win. I'm the star of this movie. And I say, oh, I see. You want to beat the world champion, huh? And he says, oh, of course not, Chuck. I want to kill the world champion. So I ended up doing the movie with Bruce, and he did kill me. And, and the one thing I learned from that movie was that I don't like to lose, movie or otherwise. Years later, I was thrilled to see Bruce get his star on the Walk of Fame. And I can tell you, the day I got my star was one of the most amazing days of my life. I'll never forget it. Thank you very much.
Well, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, two of the baddest action heroes ever to grace the silver screen and the Walk of Fame.
And speaking of action, Hollywood Boulevard always sees more of it when an action movie star comes to unveil their star on the Walk of Fame.
Wait, I want to try to get a few people.
I love Vin Diesel.
Let's keep the energy going for Mark Wahlberg, right? Come on!
He dares to dream when people forget to dream. This guy looks at the impossible and says, when do we start?
I first became a fan from his workout video back in the early 90s. I loved him in all the Bourne movies.
I gotta say, a few times in my life I've had these experiences that are just kind of too big to process, and this looks like it's gonna be one of those times.
This is quite a ride, baby. Up until now, I know you thought I was the hardest person to buy gifts for. Next year is gonna be a nightmare. Apart from Lassie, I'm the only one to get it for playing the same character in 15 movies, so.
Actually, Ben and I lived in a really, really crappy apartment about 5 blocks away from here, and we used to walk up and down here and look at these stars, and it's just, I dreamed that this would happen, but thank you. Thanks a lot.
I really felt like this was all a big practical joke, and I was going to come down here, and Will and Adam were going to kind of laugh at me and say, maybe another 10 or 15 years, you'll get your star.
My family, I wanted them to be here today because I wanted to publicly say to them, I want you to know that I love you all with all my heart. And kids, you don't really understand it now, but you're gonna save a fortune in therapy by just coming here and spitting on it, jumping on it, all those things that I annoyed you, all that, you can come and take it out on here. Sorry to the city of Los Angeles, but anyway.
Coming up next, a special musical performance by Michael Bolton. And now back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame honors from the Taglian Cultural Complex.
And now someone who is known not so much as a singer, but for the work he has done with just about every great recording artist in popular music.
He's an award-winning composer, songwriter, maestro, pianist, record producer, and musical arranger.
And he has his own star on the Walk of Fame, star number 2499.
Maybe you were up at midnight feeding the baby, and in the background you were listening to Natalie Cole or Celine Dion or Whitney or Josh Groban. David did that. If you were driving along singing to Barbra Streisand or Michael Bolton or Michael Bublé, David did that. Everything, every memory we have, David did that.
The entire world knows Hollywood is the place where dreams come true, and today, you certainly made mine come true. Thank you all so very much.
And now here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable David Foster.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. In a minute, some real singers are going to come out here, but in the meantime, this is a song I wrote for the group Earth, Wind, and Fire, and it goes like this. And oh, and after the love is gone, and how could you lead me on and not let me stay around? Oh, 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 and after the love is gone, what used to be right is wrong. Can love that's lost be found? So I mentioned those singers. I did a song with Whitney for The Bodyguard called I Have Nothing, but here, I'm not gonna try to sing that song. But here, to sing that song is an incredibly talented young woman who I befriended a couple of years ago. She sings with Stevie Wonder, among other things. She has her own records. She's touring the world herself. She is amazing. She is Shalea. Welcome, Shalea, please. Wow. Ready?
Would you help me introduce this next guest? Talk about singers, another great singer. This guy not only has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but he has multiple American Music Awards, Grammys for Best Male Vocalist, among many other things, and he's sold over 60 million records. He is a dear friend and a major, major American treasure. Please welcome Michael.
When he really, really loves. I said when a man loves, when a man really loves a woman. Oh, when a man loves.
Michael Bolton.
David Foster.
Hollywood Walk of Fame honors continues in a moment.
It's hard to imagine that 50 years ago, the Hollywood Walk of Fame began with just 8 prototype stars.
Who knew that today more than 10 million people a year would come to enjoy these nearly 3,000 stars honoring the best that Hollywood has to offer? It has become one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world. And we'd like to thank the fabulous Taglian Cultural Complex for hosting this evening. And we'd like to thank all our wonderful presenters and performers who agreed to contribute to our tribute.
And of course, all the amazing stars on the Walk of Fame.
Wait, did you just pay tribute to the people we just paid tribute to?
Yeah, I think I did.
All right, good night, everyone, and thanks for watching.